What's up, sports bettors? Alex here, and we're going to be going through Boise State, Oregon State. What are the best college football betting picks? What are the best bets for this game? So, as always, I'm going to be on OddsJam, the OddsJam sports betting software. It's essentially, the Bloomberg terminal of sports betting. Real-time odds for free to all sports bettors to browse, right? Depending on your location, you'll have different sports books, but data, right? It's the core of sports betting. So, OddsJam really is what you look at a Bloomberg terminal to Wall Street, OddsJam is to sports bettors. So what you can see is Boise State is offered at plus 120 odds on a bunch of sports books, right? This is why sports betting is so fascinating. All these bookmakers set their lines independently. So as a sharp bettor, right, it's your job to kind of like browse odds between sports books and make sure you're getting the best price. Because if you're placing bets at plus 114 on FanDuel on Boise State money line when you could be getting plus 120 on DraftKings, you're never going to make money because you're getting terrible prices, right? It's kind of like being an investor who has to buy everything, 20 times more expensive than the rest of the world has to. You're not going to make money. You need to line shop. These differences in odds may seem small, but they'll make all the difference in the long run. So Boise State, slight underdog, plus 120 odds. Lines haven't been moving much. They kind of opened around here, so pretty interesting. But regardless, you can see Oregon State minus 2.5 on the point spread, juice towards Boise State. So it should be a good game, right? It should be a really good game. And the play I have is a positive EV bet on the total. Okay, we're going with under 57.5 points. And as a sharp bettor, you're always looking for value, right? Finding value will literally change you from being an let's lock it in. So we want to go to Oregon State. And, FanDuel, they don't let me bet that much because I make too much money off them, but whatever. They're giving me 247.50, so I'm going to go ahead and lock that in on the under, right? So essentially, the reason we like this play, the reason I like the play, is it's a positive EV bet, right? Positive EV just means there's value in the odds, and you're finding a bet with a positive profit margin. Now, there aren't a lot of positive EV bets. You can see there's only a couple on OddsJam right now, right? So OddsJam literally is updating millions of sportsbook odds in real time, all college football lines, MLB lines, really everything, to find you those few rare discrepancies where sportsbooks are slipping up and you can actually get a bet with a positive profit margin. And this is an example of one of them, right? So if you want to think in a data-driven way, why do we like this bet? It's like, okay, let's look at other sports books. Where are they setting the total? And what you'll notice is every other sports book has the total points set at 56.5. We're able to get 57.5, so we want to take the under, right? You can see DraftKings has the under juiced at minus 130 on their alternate lines. And then Pinnacle, which is the sharpest, most efficient sports book in the world, they're pricing this at minus 124. So minus 110 seems like pretty dang good value when DraftKings is at minus 130 and Pinnacle, the sharpest sports book, is at minus 124. Sounds like a bet we want to be on, right? And, if you think about it, like professional sports bettors, they win on totals 55% of the time. People who do it for a living are winning on totals 55% of the time at minus 110 juice. Squares, people who lose all their money sports betting, win 50% of the time. So 50 versus 55 is the difference between making a living sports betting and going broke sports betting. So being able to pick up this extra point in value and get under 57.5 when the rest of the sports betting market is at 56.5 is a really big deal, right? Really, really a lot of value. And this is a sharp play you want to lock in. So again, the way I use OddsJam, the way I recommend that you use OddsJam is really just treat it, essentially like a platform where you can place all of these bets. Not every bet's going to win, of course, but every bet has an edge, right? So you're going to make money in the long run. You're not going to win every day, but it's mathematical bets, right? It's not like handicappers who, kind of put their finger in the air and are like, oh, I think this team is going to win. There's no BS, right? OddsJam is like a Bloomberg terminal just based on real-time market data. So hopefully you found this video helpful, and let's make some money.